Hi guys, Joel here. Welcome to the DIY section of this channel. We all understand that an instrument should be adapted to our likings. So if you're into tinkering on your guitar, this is probably the most important video to watch. I'll give you a few tips of paramount importance that will spare you from failing, damaging the instrument, save you some bucks, and for sure a trip to the guitar tech guy. As an added bonus, this info will or should serve you in everyday life, so maybe take a mental note. Please let me remind you, if you want my videos to keep coming, please subscribe to the channel and leave a thumbs up. Much obliged. So here are the 4 things you should always keep present before pulling the trigger on DIY. First, be informed. Second, have patience. Third, be sure you possess the skill set for the task. And fourth, have the adequate tools. I know it may sound kinda obvious, but I see very often really crazy stuff, so you better believe me and take a leap of faith. If you guess how something should work or be done, it clearly means you don't know it for a fact. So you may guess it right, but as a layman you most probably won't. I'm saying this because I'm really surprised how especially a lot of younger people or of those born in this internet era with Google, YouTube, forums and so on, well, they daily spend hours on the web for entertainment, but they don't spend one moment looking for the info out there. They jump right away on fixing stuff that often is not even the culprit. Another thing, there are a lot of great expert people on the web that explain really well how to do stuff. You may, but I don't suggest to look at people like Darrell Brown, Paul Davis, just to name a few. Don't get me wrong, they are great guys, great YouTubers, but in those videos where they explain how to do stuff on the instrument, well, there's always a part, a little bit of information missing, and that can be misleading for you. It's better to check knowledgeable people as luthiers or a guitar tech. I know that youngsters are always in rush, and nowadays life is fast-paced, but if we rush it, we will crush it. So the patience, well, maybe I should put it first because it's essential for the right approach. If we're patient, we will take enough time to get informed, and this solves a lot. That said, please understand that guitars are delicate instruments. They have a lot of small parts, small screws, tight tolerances that can be easily messed up. So, as a first step, take note of the positions of the parts, measure everything, and take pictures with a mobile. In this way, you can easily revert to a previous state or a default factory setting. Every task requires some hand dexterity, that's a fact. If you've never been around tools and repaired a toy or a bicycle in your life, probably it's not the greatest idea to start with the guitar. Anyway, I'm not discouraging you from trying, but then please be extra careful, extra patient, work in small steps and check the progress often. Clumsiness also depends on working conditions. You need a valid space, a stable surface where your instrument is sitting firmly, and you can approach it from the proper angle with the right, balanced and relaxed posture. Every task also requires adequate tools. Some are common, some are not. If a job requires a non-common, very specific tool, that should ring your bell, because 9 times out of 10 that means it's a task for a skilled professionalist. I suggest leaving it be and look for some professional help. That said, even common tools are not to be taken for granted, because not every screwdriver fits every screw. For example, if it's too big, it won't fit. If it's too small, it will probably strip the screw's head. This applies in particular to a truss rod nut that can be of different sizes, both metric and imperial systems. Sometimes, for example, soldering a ground point with a 25-watt iron on a pot is impossible. WD-40 is for rust, not for circuits. Okay, and speaking of rust, with time it will lock your saddle screws, making any adjustments impossible. So keeping the instrument clean, it is not just a matter of hygiene. Also keep the working area clean and tools at reach. It will speed up the workflow and prevent you from ruining the guitar finish. The list can go on. Well, I hope I gave you the general idea of the mental state you should possess to approach in a right way DIY. So this is the end. See ya, guys.